morning, year 6. Today is the 12th of June 2020 and today we're going to be calculating the mean average. So can you write down today's date, the date in Roman numerals and our learning intention. And once you've done that, we shall begin. For today's lesson you will need your pencil, paper, thinking hats, worksheet that was emailed to you this morning, and if you would like to do some extra work, you'd also need your mathematics login. Check. Brilliant, let's get started. So for our arithmetic starter today, throughout the week I've been putting help around our arithmetic starter to help you, but today I'm not going to do that. I want you to start off by finding 1% of each of the amounts, 1% of 150, 1% of 320, 250 and 1000, and then using that to help you find 11, 15, 9, 71 and even 99%. Now for 99% you might think about how you'll take that 1% away from the total instead. And for 30% you'll need to first of all find 10% and then make sure you multiply that by 3. So remember to pause the video, set your 10-minute timer and off you go. Let's go through our answers. So on screen you'll see we have 450. To find 11%, you'd find 1% first. 1% is 1.5 and then you do 1.5 multiplied by 11 to get 16.5. For 30%, you'd need to find 10% first. So 10% of 150 is 15. And then to get from 10 to 30, we multiply by 3. So we do the same with our 15. 15 multiplied by 3 gives us 45. For 99%, let's go right down to the bottom. For 99%, you would need to take away 1% from your 100%. So we know that 1% of 150 is 1.5. So you do 150 minus 1.5 to get 148.5. I hope that makes sense and well done if you managed to get those. Let's get started with our lesson today. So today we're focusing on the mean. But what does the mean average mean? So you'll remember at the start of our lesson, the same lesson on Monday when you had your cold task, I set you a task which was to find out what the mean means. So the mean is a way of calculating the average of a set of numbers. So it's a way for us to find the average. But what is the average? Well, an average is a single value that represents a set of values. Okay, so if I went to the shop and I saw that they had a number of shoes there in different sizes, they had some size 4s, they had some size 5s, and they had some size 6 shoes, I might say that the average size that they have is a size 5. It's somewhere along the middle of the values that we have. It is useful to find an average because it can summarize a larger set of data into a single value that is typical for that data set. So just like in that example, if you said, oh, roughly what size shoes do they have in that shop? I'd say, well, they have sizes around size 5. So it'd give you just an average, something that is helpful to represent all of the other values. So we know it's approximately that figure. So in another example, we could look at a class of 35 children. In a class of 35 children, there'll be a range of different shoe sizes. Finding the average shoe size sums up the data set of 35 shoe sizes as one shoe size that is typical for that class. And there are different ways of finding an average value of a set of data. The mean is just one of the ways. Okay, so to find the average, you will learn about other ways that we can also find the average, but today we're focusing on the mean. And the mean is just one of the ways of calculating an average value. Numerical data is information that is presented as numbers. So lots of information there, and it might help just to write down, to pause and go back if you need to, and just write down the key information there that defines the mean. Now, there's a formula which we use to help us find the mean. And the formula is the mean is equal to the total divided by the number of items. Now, that might not make sense to you, so let's have a look. So, here we have some different shoe sizes in green group. We've got Esme, who's a size 10, Eliza, 9, Harry, who's a size 11, Sam is a size 12, and Ava, who is a size 8. If we add all of their shoe sizes together, we get that's our total. But we're not finished there. We still need to take that 50 and divide it by the number of shoes that we added together to make the 50. So we added together 5 shoe sizes. So we take that 50 and we divide it by 5. 50 divided by 5 equals 10, meaning our average shoe size, our mean shoe size, is a size 10. Now, it's over to you. You're going to use the formula to find the mean average of each of these sets of data. So remembering to find the mean, we first of all need to find the total, and then we divide that by the number of items that we added together. Pause the video here whilst you do that. Fantastic. So our total is 30. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. 19 plus 9 is 28. And 28 plus 2 equals 30. So our total is 30. But we're not finished there. We need to now divide it by the number of items. So we have a 6, 2, 7, 4, 9 and 2. We had 6 items that we added together to make 50. So we do 30 divided by 6. We know that 30 divided by 6 equals 5. So the mean, the average number of goals scored using the mean is 5. Okay, so 5 would sit somewhere amongst the numbers that we have there. Michael played 8 cricket matches. His scores for the 8 matches were 98, 103, 76, 132, 53, 83, 112 and 63. Now what do you think I'm going to ask you to do? That's right, have a go at finding the mean. Excellent. So if you add those numbers together, we know that totals 720. We know he played 8 matches, so we do 720 divided by 8. What's 72 divided by 8? That's right, it's 9. So 720 divided by 8 is 90. So the mean average is 90. Well done if you managed that one. Here's another one I want you to try. We're going to use the formula to find the mean average in this set of data. In this case, we're looking at the flavour of sweets and the number in each packet. So, remember what you need to do? Find the mean average. Brilliant. Now let's find the answer. So the total was 28. 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. And 20 plus 8 is 28. We know we added together 4 numbers there. So we take our 28 and we divide it by 4. 28 divided by 4 gives us 7. So the mean average in a packet is 7. It isn't always helpful to find the mean average of a set of data. We have to know when to use this. Now, let's have a look at this example. We're going to have a go at calculating the mean average of the age of the people in the Ali family. So, here we have the Ali family. We have Grandad, who's aged 65. We have Camille, who's aged 10. We have Anika, who's aged 7. Mum, who's 34. Dad, who's 37. And Atif, who is 3. Now, if we need to find the mean average of the family, the Ali family, what would we need to do? That's right, we'd add together their ages. And then we'd need to make sure we divide it by 6 because there are 6 members of the family. So, when we add together their ages, we get 156. 156 divided by 6 equals 26. So that would mean that the mean average age of the people in the Ali family is 26. But that's not very helpful because now we've managed to work out an age that's somewhere in the middle of them. That doesn't really help us because their ages are so broad. We can see that if you just looked at the mean average, you might think that there weren't any children in the family, and you wouldn't even know that Grandad lived with them. You'd think they were all roughly in their 20s, and that doesn't help us with anything because their ages are so broad. So the mean average is really good at helping us when the data is closer together, when the numbers are similar in value. Can you think of any other sets of data where it wouldn't be helpful to calculate the mean average? So, now that we understand how to find the mean, we can use our understanding to find missing values in a set of data when given the mean. So, stay with me here because this bit's a little bit trickier, but is it too tricky for you? No, but you will need to focus. So, if you have a look, we can see we've got the scores for each half term. The table shows that Camille's math test scores for each half term was 13, 15, 12, 15 and 18. But half term 4 is missing. How can we work out what his score was? Well, here's what we can do. We take the mean, we know that the mean is equal to the total divided by the number of items. So we can rearrange the formula like this. We're rearranging it with the information that we do have. The mean times the number of items equals the total. We know that the mean is 15, and there are 6 items in the set of data. So we do 15 multiplied by 6. Okay, we're told his mean score is 15, and we can see that there's 6 items. So we do 15 multiplied by 6, and then we get a total of 90. Now we've got the total that can help us. We can add up the given scores and find the difference between this answer and 90. Or we might choose to do it another way and do 90, take away 13, 15, 12, 15, 18, and see what we have left. The answer is 17. Because the given scores total 73. So 90 minus 73 equals 17. So the missing test score must be 17. And we can check by adding up all the scores, dividing by 6 to check that the mean is 15. So here you'll see we did the inverse to help us. So now we know how to find the mean average, and we know how we can use information where the mean average can help us to find some missing values. It's over to you. You were sent this worksheet this morning. You'll see there are 3 varying levels, level 1, 2 and 3, all covering the mean. And the mean is something you do need to know. So please, please, please practice it. Once you understand it, it's super, super simple. So sometimes it's just a case of practicing, practicing, practicing. It is something that will come up time and time and time again. It's not going to finish in year 6. You will see this come up in year 7, year 8, year 9, and throughout your school life. So let's try and get it right. Choose the correct worksheet, thinking about how comfortable you feel. Maybe you might want to start at level 1, moving up to level 2, then level 3. And then remember to email us your work, where we'll be waiting, ready to have a look at it and offer you any help if need be. Okay, so if you are finding it difficult, please don't struggle alone. Please send us an email and we'll see what we can do. Quick reminder of the email address, although I know those of you that have been diligent in sending in your work probably know off by heart by now, but remember to email us your work at yr6@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Have a brilliant weekend. Bye.